Hey guys, good morning. It's Tuesday. Hope you have a great day. I'm not in a routine yet of being in the car. My one job ended, and so normally I sit in the car before going into school and I do my message. So now it's like I'm on the couch in my home, in my living room, the other comfortable place that I have that's cozy, where I do my alone time. And so I welcome you into my home. And anyway, so soon the car will be again because I have a summer job. So, anyways, the message I got today is Darius Daniels. So I listened to him. Darius Daniels is another great person that God has just put into my life in a male perspective. Much wisdom he has. He's a great teacher and educator of the word. And he's just a truth talker. I love how he just breaks things down, but he just says it how it is. So, very real, and I like that. So, he's with Change Church. His name's Darius Daniels, and this message is one of a series called Level Up University. So, leveling up. And the message, which I posted on my Facebook page, is I don't feel like it. How many times have you ever said that? How many times have you ever said, yeah, I don't feel like it? I know I have a lot. I also teach, well, not so much in the classroom now, but as a specialist, I'll ask the kids why. Why did you do that? Because, my job is to help them de-escalate. And so they said, well, I didn't feel like it. They told me this, and, well, I didn't want to, and I didn't feel like it. So many times we say that. We say that to ourselves, for whatever reason, pain, disappointment, hurt, tired, and, but we say it. And, Darius takes it on this long journey of different things. One thing that he, that points out to me is we're so tired. I've learned, I'm working on it to get some balance and in my life, as well as intentionality, schedules, and just paying attention to everything in our life, a wholeness about it. And Torrey Roberts has written a book called Wholeness, and it's a great book too, with making all components of your life be balanced. And when one part is weighing out the other, you're off kilter, and you're not experiencing the full life of what God intends for you to be. And so with this, he talks about how, we tell people we stay so busy because maybe we don't know how to say no. Maybe we take on things which makes our life and schedule busier because we just don't want to deal with telling people no. For whatever reason, we can't tell them no. We might think they will get mad at us. That we may think that our relationship will end. They'll go talk bad about us. Various reasons why we do what we do. But he used that as an example that we can't say no, so we make our lives really busy over here. When in reality, we need to learn to say no and to deal with it and to deal with all that comes from it, because in reality, we will be less tired if we just learn how to say no. So if we just do the hard work and we do what we know we need to do and quit putting it off to where it overwhelms and consumes us, then our life will be much better. And so that's so true. That's true with a lot of things. We don't do because we don't believe, or we think it's just magically going to happen. But guys, you have to put in the hard work, the really hard work. And, he used the example of the man in Bethesda, I think that's how you say it, and he was by this pool of water. And for 38 years, he was there, hoping to be the next one to get in the water, because there was this thing that the angel would come, stir up the water, and the first person in would be healed. But he was never able to be the person healed. And so he said, Jesus came and he said, why, basically, why are you here? Like, what are you doing? And he had all kinds of explanations, like, well, I didn't have any help. And, well, people, beat me to it, and I couldn't do this. I'm broken, or whatever. And the one thing that Jesus asked was, do you want to be well? I mean, that's a kind of crazy question. But it was very purposeful. Do you want to be well? So Jesus asked that to that man. I'm just referencing what he said. So I'm asking you, do you want to be well? Because being well takes work. It doesn't just come magically. It takes intentionality. It takes effort. It takes time. It takes faith. It takes hope. It takes believing. And it takes pushing through I don't want to feelings, or I don't feel like it feelings, It just, the only way to break cycles, there's a difference between cycles and seasons. If something is repetitively happening every year of your life, that's a cycle. If you are in a season, that means there's just a time frame, but that doesn't keep occurring or reoccurring. And so what Darius talks about is how cycles have to be broken. Most of the time, cycles are coming from strongholds, coming from things that we have believed about others, about ourselves, about our condition, about our hope, and maybe we've lost hope. This man was there for 38 years. The thing about this man, he might have been disappointed, but he didn't give up. I mean, he was very tenacious about coming each year. And, he relates to, have you lost hope? And if you haven't lost hope and nothing's working for you, then you're doing something wrong. And, God wants us to participate. He's just not going to do everything. He's not going to do what we can do ourselves. And, what are you doing different? If you want change in your life, what steps have you taken? Have you taken any? Or are you just wishing, oh, I just wish, or, please pray for me. I want this to happen. I'm praying, I'm a fervent prayer warrior, but I also know that you can't just pray. God expects you to do something. He's given you talents. He's given you gifts. He's given you wisdom. He's given you a community of friends. He's given you people. He's given you so many things. And, if someone tells you, hey, I don't know, an example I can give that I invite friends all the time to church. They're in the same old rut of depression, and the enemy has their mind. And of course they're believing they can't get better. That's just how they are. They're stuck. But I'm here to tell you, no, that's a lie, and that's a lie from the enemy. You can get better. But life has to get better. Your mind has to get better. And the only way to get your mind better is to renew it. And to renew your mind, you have to hear from God. You have to hear from His Word. He will renew it. You just put in the effort of being, in the Word. You just put in the faithfulness, the time, and seeking. And He will just transform that for you. And you will just be like, whoa, how did that happen? Well, I put in the work. I put in the effort. I sought. I knocked. I chased. I didn't give up. I continuously, nothing was going to knock me down. And so you have this focus and you have this drive and you have this, tenacity that you are not stopping at all. And so, people, the man in the mat said, I can't do this alone and nobody helped me, da 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 da. And he used the bicycle experiences when you're teaching your kids how to ride a bike, and the kids are a little scared when you let go. Well, they think that you have let go, but honestly, you have your hand on the seat of that bike, so there's security there. And the kids are, just put your hand on the bike so that I know that you are behind me, that you're holding me, that you're with me. That builds this trust level and this confidence. And so God, as our Father, is like that. He's behind us. He's holding on to us. He's there. And, knowing that he's there and he's not going to let go gives us the confidence and the courage and the strength to be able to overcome. And so if you just put that in your mind, that little seed, and plant it in your mind and say, oh man, I'm riding this bike and, Jesus is holding on to the seat. He's got me. He's not gonna let me wreck. And if he does, if I do wreck, we do take things in our own control. Like if we're riding a bike and we go down this hill and, we're not an experienced rider and we go down the hill and we wreck, that's just not using our head. We weren't experienced enough to go down the hill. So we have free will, but God's still holding on to that seat. He went down the hill with you and he's there with you and he will help you get up. And so, but you got to believe that. And you've got to start trusting and changing and letting him be, part of your life and your decisions, the one that actually leads you in making those decisions. And so, I don't feel like it. If the man, so when Jesus asked the man, I don't know his name, he didn't give a name. We don't even know what was wrong with him. But do you want to be well? So if you personally want to be well, if you're tired of being tired and you're tired of living in this cycle of dysfunction, this constant, this is always the same, guys, you have freedom. You have a choice. The choice comes with saying, no, I don't. I don't want to stay here. I do want to be well. And it's in your power to do everything possible that you can do to do it. And the place to start is with God. Get in his word, listen to some YouTube videos, go to church. Jesus is the healer. I have to distinguish between this. So many people think, well, I go to church and nothing's changing. Okay. The people in church, they're just like me. Guys, it's not about the church. It's about the relationship that you have with Jesus. If you are comparing what you're wanting to get, or if you're comparing life to other Christians, guys, we are human and we fail and we make mistakes. You cannot base your relationship with God on a man. You have to base it on the man in the Bible. Jesus will never fail you. He will never let you down. He's faithful. He's loving. He's gracious. He's kind. He restores. He is so much. But you got to know that man. And you'll never know that man if you're placing your belief and thoughts of what a Christian looks like on a human being. Jesus was the only one without sin. You've got to get to know that man. And it's going to take more time than in a church service. Okay? You can't just go to church one day a week or 2 days a week listen to a pastor or whatever, and expect, change in your life. You've got to study on your own. You've got to build your relationship with Jesus, and that is time, that is talking, that is putting a priority on it. Even when you don't feel like it, you do it. But the thing is, after a while, it's not a chore. It's a desire. He renews your mind, but he renews your heart. And the things that you used to seek and want, you no longer want, and you just crave him. That's my experience. And so, I've been a Christian since I was 12. But I can't, I now call it, I'm a kingdom citizen. There's a difference. Kingdom has different privileges, maybe. There's an awareness of things that God unlocks, peace that surpasses, heaven on earth, and joy that's even, calmness, even in the storm. So these are things that, and guys, reading the Bible is pointless if you don't make application. So you have to not just read the word, but do the word. And if you don't do it, you can't, you're just going to stay the same. Activate. You have to put things in action. You can't just be this knowledgeable person and not put it out there. You've got to do what God tells you to do. And, you got to take it to the cross daily. Help me do this. Believing that he's going to, he's able, he's will, and just let him renew your mind and heart. And so Level Up University, Darius Daniels, there's so much more to this message. I'm not a pastor. I'm just a girl who loves Jesus, who chases after his heart, and loves him, and has experienced his love for me. I've experienced the transformation of the power of the blood, that he died for me. He died for me while I was a sinner. He died for me. That is a great love story. And I feel that, and I know that. And so my prayer is that you will know that too someday. And it is within your reach. And, we're here with you in your journey. Once again, Create Studios in St. Albans, West Virginia. We have a Thrive Tribe, and it was formed from women who are now overcoming, who were brought together from a decade ago. And we're just there, building community, walking alongside you, giving you godly guidance, and just loving you unconditionally, being God's hands, his feet, his heart. And we'd love for you to come out. And thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. If you like this video, please like it and share. It's not about me, guys. I'm just a person. And it's just about what God wants to do in and through the experiences that I've had. I haven't had great experiences. I've had some good things and good times, but I've led a life of brokenness, and he's put me back together again, and he's creating great things from that assemblage, and he's restored, and he can do that for you too. So thank you so much, and have a great day.